You are listening to the Self Trust Solution Podcast with Dawn Leday, episode number 90. Welcome back. In our last episode, we dove deep into the importance of evaluations and why there's so much more than a simple pass fail process. We explored how evaluations can reveal valuable data, lessons, and celebrations that lie between the success and failure, and how they can play a role in building self trust. Today, we're building on that foundation by focusing on how to implement evaluations into the goal setting process. If last episode was the why and the what, this one is the how. Let's talk about how to incorporate self evaluation into your goals from the get go, using the investigator's mindset to make it a regular, fun, and enlightening part of your process. We'll take a look at building checkpoints into your goal plan, identifying parameters for data focused checkpoints, strategies for adjustment and pivoting, and making evaluation fun and a normal part of your process. Hey, do you have an inner dialogue that seems to challenge your every effort? I've got something special for you. If you're ready to shift from self doubt to unshakable self trust and master the art of follow through, head over to my website, theselftrustcoach.com, and download my free ebook, Master Your Inner Dialogue, Transform Your Self Talk for Goal Success. This short read is filled with practical strategies to help you transform your mind chatter into a powerful ally, making it easier to stay committed, follow through, and achieve your goals with confidence. Let's turn that internal monologue into an asset on your journey to goal success. Grab your free copy now at theselftrustcoach.com. Now on to the episode. So you've set your goal. You know exactly what you want to achieve, the date by which you'll achieve it, and how you'll measure that success. Let's use an example. If your goal is to complete the first draft of your book and submit it to your editor by, say, January 1st, the measurement for success is clear. You'll know you've achieved your goal when you send an email with your completed manuscript attached, dated on or before January 1st. Simple, right? But setting the goal is just the beginning. Now it's time to make your goal plan, the roadmap of steps that will take you from where you are now to that email confirmation of success. And here's where the magic happens. Incorporating strategic evaluations into your goal plan is one of the most powerful tools that you can use to ensure you don't just reach your goal, but you reach it in a way that's informed, adaptable, and sustainable. By building evaluations directly into your process, you give yourself permission to review and refine along the way, making adjustments as needed so you stay on track without burning out or getting overwhelmed, so that you don't stay on a track that isn't the right one just because it's what you had decided. Working in evaluations catches those moments. So, this approach transforms your journey towards your goal into an ongoing learning experience, allowing you to refine your path in real time rather than waiting until the end to see what worked and what didn't. One of the most important steps in evaluation is ensuring that it happens regularly throughout your goal process. This is why building checkpoints directly into your goal setting process is essential. Instead of waiting until the end, schedule regular reflection points at various stages of the process. These checkpoints help you take a step back and review how things are going before you get too far down the path. Think of these as course correction moments. that help you ensure that you're still aligned with your goal. For example, if your goal is to finish writing that book, you want to set checkpoints for the completion of each chapter or section. At each checkpoint, evaluate what's working. For instance, maybe you're great at keeping to your writing schedule, and look for what's not working. Perhaps certain chapters are taking longer than expected. And if that's the case, we can look at, do those chapters just need more time? Do I want to adjust my schedule accordingly? Or do I want to look at what's making them take longer and address that? So, how do you know what to evaluate at each checkpoint? It's all about identifying measurable parameters before you even start. When you are setting your goal plan, the steps it's going to take to achieve your goal, incorporate these checkpoints with clear markers for what success and progress look like in a tangible way. These can include numbers like word counts or sales numbers or number of client meetings. It can look like progress points, for instance, milestones achieved. Parameters help take the emotion out of the process and give you something concrete to measure against. Before beginning, ask yourself, what data do I expect to see if my goal is on track? What data would suggest it's not working or not working as well as I'd like? And what adjustments are needed? What trends would indicate faster than expected progress? And how should I respond? By knowing this ahead of time, by putting these questions in place at various checkpoints of your goal process, you avoid ambiguity and you keep your evaluations grounded in facts. Because evaluations aren't just about looking at where you've been, they're about deciding where to go next, how to keep moving forward to stay on track for your goal. The data you gather from your checkpoints gives you the insights you need to adjust and pivot your approach as necessary. If something is working, you can double down on that strategy. If something isn't, you can pause and find a new method or approach. This step is crucial because it reminds us that no goal journey is linear. Things will need to be tweaked along the way, and that's okay, expected even. Regular evaluation helps you stay nimble and responsive, avoiding the trap of rigidity, sticking to a plan that isn't working just because it's what you set out to do. And let's face it, the idea of evaluation often feels like a chore, but when we make it a regular and even enjoyable part of the process, it can feel empowering rather than burdensome. And one way to do this is to change the way you view evaluation. Think of it as a celebration of how far you've come and an opportunity more than anything to learn and grow, to optimize and strategize your path forward. Make it a part of your routine that you look forward to. This can happen by shifting your idea of evaluations as something that is either not useful or is a chance to beat up on yourself, and instead see it as a true desire, a true opportunity to learn from yourself. If you come at it with an investigator or true curious mindset, with a true desire to learn from yourself in order to improve your path forward, it can be a fun ritual. And you can amplify the enjoyment of it by adding in things that you enjoy. Maybe it's a favorite cup of coffee, or it is grabbing your favorite pen and thing to write in, tool, or using fun tools like journals or apps Find a method that keeps you engaged so that you can incorporate it into your regular workflow and make it enjoyable. Because if you do this, you'll transform evaluation from something you have to do into something that you want to do. And in turn, it will become one of the most powerful tools in your goal setting and achieving toolkit. What will you take away from today's episode? My goal is for you to incorporate evaluation into the goal setting process. Schedule regular checkpoints. Incorporate evaluation checkpoints into your goal plan from the start so that you can track progress in real time and course correct as needed. Before you begin, clearly define the data and the markers that indicate progress, allowing you to evaluate without bias. Use the data from your checkpoints to make informed decisions about how to adjust or pivot your approach. And find ways to make evaluation a regular, enjoyable part of your process so that it becomes a tool for growth and not a chore. And you can do this by incorporating a true desire to learn from yourself for your goal. Today, we learned how to take a self-evaluation beyond pass and fail and integrate it into our goal-setting journey. Remember, evaluations are not just about the destination, but the lessons and growth we experience along the way. With regular checkpoints, data-driven insights, and a fun, flexible approach, self-evaluation can be a powerful tool in building self-trust and achieving your goals. If you found today's episode helpful, don't forget to subscribe and share it with others who might benefit. Thanks for joining me today on the Self-Trust Solution Podcast. Join me next week for episode number 91. Until next time, trust yourself and enjoy the journey. Are you ready to finally achieve your goals with a simple and effective approach? Join the Self-Trust Lab, our 3E success method to streamline goal success will help you shift limiting beliefs, build a solid goal strategy, and create a roadmap for infallible follow-through. With master-level coaching and personalized guidance, you'll apply these tools and methods to make your goal success inevitable. You'll learn to overcome obstacles, make strategic adjustments, and celebrate every win along the way. Don't miss out on this opportunity to transform your life and how you go after your goals. Sign up today at theselftrustcoach.com/the Self-Trust Lab. See you inside.